The future is now. Whoa. ICP United. ICP United.
Hey everybody, welcome back, ICP United. I'm Aaron Biebert, aka Web3 Biebert, one of your co-hosts.
I'm your other co-host, Kyle Stofflet, and you may have noticed that we have some special guests with us today.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on, so let's get into it.
We're in the news.
So last week, not only did we mention Motoko having plushies, it was also Motoko Sentinel's first birthday.
Happy birthday!
So Motoko Sentinels even flew over here to celebrate with us. They have Aura Days coming up.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up May 5th through 9th, right?
Motoko Aura Days is about connecting more with the Motoko community. Ties into the lore with Motoko there. There will be giveaways of the Motoko plushies and even some ways to earn some CKBTC.
Oh yeah, you hear that? You're going to be a star. And we finally get to announce that during Bitcoin Las Vegas, we're going to be sponsoring an event called Bitcoin Beach. And that's going to be a good time. You ready?
Yeah, the event, it's going to be at Mike Tyson's old house.
Oh, yeah,
the
from
Tiger
the
Mansion.
Hangover.
Yeah,
from the Hangover movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Tiger Mansion, so that'll be interesting. Hopefully there's no tigers roaming around.
Because they have the house for a couple days, Tria House. They are hosting a whole series of things, right? Like even like breakfast and hangouts, and it looks like a great time to schedule. Along with our friends at Liquidium, they're going to be also sponsoring this. Bitcoin Beach is on the first day of that.
You should bring your floaties.
Yeah.
We'll be covering the bar, so we'll see what goes on.
Yeah, so it's sponsoring the bar for the whole time. People are going to be seeing, I think, even some special ICP drinks. Maybe ICP Pina Colada. Yeah.
It's going to be a really good time. I'm
Yes.
really looking forward to it. And people don't necessarily understand like how important events are. They're really a crucial part of getting Web3 together.
And in case you don't believe Kyle, I dug up a clip from Bitcoin Nashville last year, and here's some thoughts from the other Aaron B.
You definitely want to hit the Bitcoin event if you're just starting out. Maybe even like local meetups could be good. You know, one of the ways you can separate yourself is really just with your network. You know, at the end of the day, you can get a job just because you're literally friends with someone or something like that. So you want to make sure you're going to IRL events. And I think, you know, people have these relationships online, but when you meet people in real life, it really solidifies the deal, and it can be a real game changer. Two of my main business partners, I met them at Bitcoin. You know, now we're doing business together. So, you know, you never know. You might not even plan for it, and it could happen.
So it is beneficial to get out to events.
Yes, and we do practice what we preach, don't we, Kyle?
Yeah, last week we got out to an event,
Wisconsin Digital Policy Forum.
which was cool. There was some state senators
Yeah,
there.
State Senator Drake and Teston. They had a whole panel with them. Coinbase was there. It was really exciting to see because, you know, I think for a lot of time here, it's been a lot of gray areas and confusion around regulatory stuff. Of course, we all want to protect consumers. But there's also this thing wherever there's a revolution, there's always the entrenched people that don't want anything to change. And so regulations are often very slow. But yeah, this wind bill that they're doing here in Wisconsin, and I know elsewhere around the country they were talking about Arizona. That was a cool movement going on down there, as well as a bunch of other states. Like there's something happening here in the US, and it was exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big year for crypto and what comes with regulation. So
Yeah, and they had a founders forum too, and in there one of the speakers we found out is building on the internet computer, so that was fun, and we were happy to show some support. But no more details from us on that. That's still in stealth.
Building a new web.
I don't know about you, Kyle, but sometimes it feels like we're on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster in this whole Web3 world. But it's important to remember that like the future of the internet is building, and we are moving forward on all kinds of new decentralized apps and builders all over the place.
Internet Computer is approaching its 4th anniversary here. And
Happy birthday.
yeah, right? Happy birthday, Motoko. The public GitHub activity has been going up for developers, so that's a really good sign that we're moving forward.
Yeah, and I saw Dfinity recently posted a chart for that, and yeah, we're going up.
Yeah, up and then pull.
Yeah, you know, some ups and downs on developer activity, but you know what? It's trending upward, and that's exciting.
Yeah. Speaking of like the nature of like building full stack dapps, we have Sam Burri that did a tech talk for Dfinity.
People might be wondering, like, how is this happening? How do you build? I know it's, for me, being a non-software engineer, sometimes there's like a little bit of a mystery of how does this work on the internet computer? But we brought in an expert. Sam recently did a tech talk with Dfinity, and yeah, let's see what he has to say.
My name is Sam and I lead the engineering team at the Dfinity Foundation. What is special about ICP is that you can build full-stack dApps entirely hosted on-chain and directly served from chain to your web browser. Let's see how the sausage is made, how a developer creates a dApp and how a user interacts with it. A developer builds a front end using HTML, style sheets and vanilla JavaScript, or a framework of their choice, such as React or Svelte. To deploy the front-end, a front-end canister is created. Then a special WebAssembly module called the asset canister is installed, and the front-end files are uploaded to this asset canister. Think of it as a basic on-chain web server. Users call the URL of the front-end canister and load the front-end. The front-end is running in the user's browser. There is no need for browser plugins or other proprietary software. The end user can interact for free. No need for tokens. That is a great advantage in terms of user experience. The execution of smart contracts is funded by cycles. Cycles are provided by the developer. As code is executed and data is stored, the cycle balance is reduced. The front end includes a JavaScript library called Agent.js. Using this library, the front-end can then make API calls to the backend. The backend smart contract stores the dApp state and contains the business logic that can perform computations and state change. The state of a canister can grow up to 500 gigabytes of data. There are different language options for the backend, giving developers extra flexibility. Ultimately, the backend code is compiled to WebAssembly and deployed into the backend canister. To realize the world computer vision, it must be possible to build large applications that are decentralized end-to-end. The full-stack nature of ICP dApps lives up to this expectation. This is unique to ICP thanks to more than 1,000 person-years of R&D effort. Check out examples of such dApps like the chat application OpenChat or the browser-based wallet Oisi. Also, take a look at ICP Ninja, a smart contract editor for your web browser. With Ninja, you can deploy smart contracts with a single click. The best place to start your ICP dev journey.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking a little bit about Paris Blockchain Week. Jan and Pierre were there, and we said we would get some clips for you.
Pierre spoke earlier in the week, and what he had to say I thought was really great.
I think we're very close to empowering every one of these clients to just prompt and deploy their own applications from their phone through natural language. This is empowered by two technical innovations that we've been working on for a long time. Number one is that you can have the entire compute stack in a smart contract. So if you are an AI model and you want to deploy an application today, you don't need to manage all of these complexities of the legacy IT where you have all of these different layers, firewall, database, and so on. Everything is all smart contract. So this is where Web3 is a real innovation. And the second thing is we have a coding language, which is probably one of the most AI-friendly coding languages, which is called Motoko. And I don't want to get too technical, but it has something about that has authoritative resistance, which allows AI to update applications without losing the data because the data sticks to the code. And we really feel like this market has no limits. This is kind of the new paradigm for software development, software distribution, software creation.
And Jan was also on stage later in the week, and here's what he had to say.
Why do we need a self-writing internet, and why is AI the tool that finally enables us to do that?
We see a lot of software engineers that do with AI now. They've got 80% of the code written by AI. Switching gears on that, actually, anybody can write software now with AI. So you can talk to their mobile phone, describe what application that they want to have. So I want to have a personal branding website. I want to have a blog for my friends or whatever. And because it's writing internet, AI will also push it on the other computers. You'll get a URL, you get your applications on the internet, as a lay person.
So AI is like definitely the hot topic around ICP right now. And Dom recently weighed in again on this whole thing, talking about paradigm shifts. Obviously mobile apps was a big one, and you had iOS and you had Android. He wanted to make a big point about how with the self-writing internet, there's gonna be a whole nother paradigm shift. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look how powerful it is if like everyone around us, our friend group, can just deploy their own personal blogs,
Yeah.
websites that they can use to benefit with their own business.
I mean, the internet is going to change with this because literally everybody can just say what they want and it will show up and work. That's going to be a crazy paradigm shift.
The ICP HUB UK just had some events, and it looked like OpenChat joined them.
Yeah, I see ICP Jesse was repping the US, was being there. That was cool.
Yeah.
Looked like a great time, and it's nice to see the UK Hub up and running, and it looked like a great event.
Like a lot of fun, and I know Jesse's a great time, so.
Yeah, always.
Speaking of events around the world, Piggycell was at Coldplay.
It doesn't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest bands in the world.
In history, yeah, it's a big deal.
And they have their charging stations at this stadium.
Yeah, and I saw they were posting a bunch of photos of Piggycell IRL stations all over the place at convenience stores I saw, as well as like a bus station and even a payphone station.
Yeah, and it had internet computer branding on them, so
Yes.
it's pretty cool to see.
So, hey, epic work on that.
Yeah, that little Piggycell is going to be heading over to Zurich for the World Computer Summit.
Yeah, that's what I hear, and they're bringing one of their modules over. So they're gonna be you're gonna be charging your phone if you're at World Computer Summit using Piggycell.
Yeah, make sure you're charging up during that caffeine break.
Yep. And speaking of World Computer Summit, make sure you guys are setting your calendars for that. Either go in there in person, or there will be some online festivities that we're gonna be a part of.
So
So
that's going to be on June 3rd in Zurich.
it's coming up. Yeah,
save
maybe
the
like
date.
a month and a half. Yeah, make sure you guys are saving the date.
Thank you all for tuning in this week, and a reminder that this show is for you. We're going to be releasing some folders that have the clips from all the segments and stuff that's easy for you to share.
And we want to hear your comments down below, and we'll see you next week.